I've explained this before in my on milk video, but I'm going to kind of target here and focus on it, and that's the sour milk. Fermenting the milk, getting the taste you want. So, some people like more sour taste, some people like more sweet taste. When they chill milk and bottle it, usually, that's most people's situation. It's chilled, maybe too cold, like 35 degrees. Anything under 41 degrees, you're going to kill off the bacteria that produce a more sweet tasting fermentation. So, when you do this, you're going to have milk that tastes like vomit when it sours. For me, personally, I get unrefrigerated milk, and, I'll leave some out on the counter in quart jars, and then I'll put some in, gallon glass containers in the fridge. And after about 2 weeks in the fridge, they start to get a little tangy. They start to get a little sour. But it's not a... well, actually, no, I take that back. After about 1 week, and then after about 2 weeks, it'll start to turn to kefir in the fridge. And it tastes not, too sour, but it's like sourine, if that makes sense. It doesn't taste bitter, I guess, is the way I want to say. Because when it tastes bitter, it tastes like vomit. It does not taste pleasant at all. But this milk, it tastes a little more pleasant. It goes down smooth. And the stuff on the counter, it sours within a day. It turns to kefir in 2 days, 3 days. And then it's, basically like separated by day 3, day 4, if I haven't drank it all. And really, when it separates, the whey is what tastes kind of sour. And the curd, the milk, the curdled milk, doesn't taste sour at all, because it's kept out on the counter. Even in the winter when it gets to be like 65 degrees in my house, it's not too bad. Obviously that temperature is well over 41 degrees. And I've heard of people leaving their milk in the sun to ferment, and I don't think you want to put your milk in the sun, because it's gonna kill off some bacteria, and it may kill off the bacteria that are more cold resistant, the ones that survive when the milk is chilled and then they ferment and it makes it taste bitter. So it may make the milk taste sweeter, but I don't know if you want to lose those bacteria. I don't know if that's a good thing. I think more bacteria is probably better. So I try to keep my milk out of the sun personally. But I haven't tried that. But if you're into fermenting milk, you could try that and let me know in the comments how that works out for you. I'd be interested to hear that. That would be my rationale. Just like chilling the milk gets rid of the bacteria that like the warm. So maybe warming the milk in the sun gets rid of the bacteria that like the cold, and you might get sweeter milk. So that's just one thing to try to, adjust or investigate, be conscious of when you're fermenting your milk, when you're making milk, soured milk. And honestly, soured milk for me was not something I enjoyed right away, but over time it grew on me, and I think it might be because, it's the same for high meat too. It's when you eat those bacteria, it's kind of weird at first, and then you just kind of get used to it. But once it's in your body, it's your body almost gets a craving or a taste for it. So, drinking sour milk doesn't bother me at all anymore, and I do it. And if you don't really like it, you could add a little bit of honey. That might help. But if your milk gets old and it's been chilled very below 35 degrees, at 35 degrees, 38 degrees, there will be no saving it. It's going to taste real bitter. It's going to taste like vomit. Even if you add honey, it's just going to taste like vomit with honey. And if you want to make cheese out of it, it's not going to taste good. So, just a heads up. Be conscious of how you can, affect the fermentation quality and taste of your milk with temperature. Especially if you're struggling with finding a taste you like.